And so how did you overcome some of these challenges that you've been through, and obviously are here to share your story and help others maybe going through the same thing? What were the factors that really allowed you to make that that change and that turning point, if you will?
Well, joining social media has been a significant part of changing and improving my life and everything in it. It's brought me so many accomplishments that I would have never been able to experience.
And reaching out to people and letting the masses know your story.
Yeah, they have been very receptive. I've changed a lot of opinions with people regarding stigma with mental health issues and physical issues and homelessness and what society really needs.
Erin, I've heard a lot about you. It sounds like you've really have a story to tell. You are kind of behind the whole Erin's Law as we know it. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Erin's Law first passed in Illinois in 2010 and just recently passed again in January of 2013 of this year. It requires age-appropriate sexual abuse curriculum taught into all public schools, preschool through 12th grade, the same way we teach kids tornado drills, bus drills, fire drills, DARE, bully intervention, internet safety. The one thing we fail to teach kids is how to speak up and tell if they're being abused. Every year I was drilled in school on stranger danger. 93% of the time, kids are being hurt by the people you love and trust with them.
I'm sure. Well, I've been in entertainment my entire life, ever since I was a child. And I have endeavored to not only provide a platform for other young people as I was coming up, but also now that I'm an adult, I've created an organization to showcase older women. And these are specifically women with curves, women who are more on the voluptuous side, women who are discriminated against or judged because of the way that their outer shell appears to people. I take these group of women, train them, develop them to the industry standard, and we show the world that you can't use size to hold us back. And talent and beauty and determination, motivation, skill, those things are not limited to size. And so the organization is called the Thick Troop Organization. And we just wrapped up our annual show here this past Sunday during Fashion Focus Chicago, which is Chicago's Fashion Week, and we were the only exclusive, standalone, full-figured show on the entire schedule, not only this year, but ever.
I think the very first year that I became the senator, one of the things that I thought was so important, you know, I'm really into women's health care. And one of the things that I wanted to make sure was, as someone who had to take birth control for medical reasons, it was never ever covered by insurance companies. One of the things that I did that very first year that I was elected, I said, I'm going to pass a bill in the legislature that actually is going to mandate insurance companies to cover contraceptive for women, because not everyone was using it, you know, for the purpose of not, you know, of at least family planning, but more because it is, you know, it is something that the insurance companies needed to make sure it's part of our health care. And so we passed the bill, you know, unanimously. It was a bill that was very controversial for some odd reason. That, first of all, they hate Band-Aid, and the fact that I had a real fight with the Archdiocese on a bill that had to do with coverage of a contraceptive or birth control that took care of a choice for a woman to make, you know, and mandated insurance companies to cover, you know, something that was very basic and very essential for us to, you know, either, you know, family plan or for medical reasons, and there was no reason why. And we became the 21st state to actually cover, you know, all contraceptive, and I think it just took off in I think we're up to about 40 states now that are doing that, so it was great. It was great.
Yes, it's a complete transformation in the 90-day breakthrough program, in taking 40 people in Chicago and literally helping them to change their lives. We had a huge celebration for them. We called it Celebrate Yourself Healthy. And it was a gala to really turn them from not just being a participant within a program, but really being an ambassador now, to be able to go out there and share their story and what they, you know, went through. And it wasn't as hard as they thought it was going to be, and they were successful at it, and it's sustainable for them now. And we had this wonderful celebration, and they got to walk the red carpet, tell their stories and their experience, and we had over 900 people that attended that, and it was such an outpour of love and support that it was just marvelous. It was great. It was amazing.
So for me, community is actually global. I was raised in Zimbabwe, and in 2009, about 5 years ago, I founded an organization that really was in sync with my core values, and it was really about empowering women to succeed as leaders. And so that's what I started doing. And so through workshops and events, and I'm a lecturer as well on the topic of leadership. For the last 5 years, I've been using those models and vehicles to kind of get the word out and also help women. And for me, leadership is more than just the role that you play. It's who you are as a person.
We have 5 children at home, so my life is pretty busy, and the honor of being Mrs. Illinois. That was definitely a dream come true. And I think that just this whole event, Beauty In, Beauty Out, speaks volumes, because I really believe as a former Mrs. Illinois that it's really not all about the outside, but the inside as well. A lot of times when I meet a lot of young girls that look up to a queen, I tell them, you know what, it's been not easy, because it's a lot of hard work that we have to do on the inside. And the influence that we can have is amazing. And so I just feel really blessed to be able to have influenced hundreds and hundreds of young girls, even thousands, aside from being Mrs. Illinois. And I just count it a privilege to be here today.
Well, I look at myself as an art activist, and I make sure the youth in the community, even Chicago, know about the African American art. I'm past board president of Southside Community Arts Center, which is the oldest African American arts center in the country, and one of the only surviving WPA art center of 110. So all my experience and past experience and future experience is to make sure the youth in the city know about the arts. If it's performing arts, visual arts, literary, I make sure they know about the arts.
It's called Sanfilippo syndrome. Children born with Sanfilippo are missing an enzyme that breaks down complex sugar in their brains. So ultimately, they're typically born normal, and become hyperactive and start to lose their abilities such as eating, talking, walking, and dementia sets in, and it's ultimately a fatal disorder. And we're hoping to raise the funds now necessary after 19 years and $3.7 million of grants. We're hoping to raise the funds necessary for the trial in 2014.
Well, I really push for second chances. I am a proponent of giving individuals a second chance. I do an expungement summit every year, but throughout the year, I work to make sure that those individuals that have made a mistake, non-violent offenders, that they understand how to come to my office and seek the expungement. And if they can't get an expungement through the court, how to seek an expungement through the governor. Because I just believe that sometimes people just need that little leg up. And so I'm very excited about being able to do that, especially those individuals that have committed offenses while they were juveniles.
Well, in the last 5 years for me personally, I've had a best-selling book, I've had 13 DVDs, I've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro with 16 ovarian cancer survivors. But it's not about those experiences. What it's really about is the people that I get to meet on a day-to-day basis, that I get to talk to, that tell me their story or that are asking for advice. And it's those nuggets of information that we share with each other. This award is really special because we're not only recognizing myself, we're recognizing a lot of women that are doing such amazing things, you know, from changing state legislature to being able to help people live a healthier lifestyle. And I like to be on that team, but more importantly, we've got to be women helping women.